Hello everyone, welcome to episode 1 of Let's Go Back to Kanto. Parentheses, for the 100th time.
118th time.
180? You played this game 117 times?
Maybe. It's likely.
Is that a...
I don't know, Keith. I don't know if I've completed it 118 times, but just, I don't know, like, the
We'd have to go off starts. Because that's going to
Okay.
Kanto is when you start the game.
That's true. I will just say that going through this game, I've got 4 badges now, Keith, and every single step of the way, it looks exactly like I imagined it would
Wonderful.
be. It looks like none of it is surprising me, but yeah, it's really starting to get in my head. Like, yeah, I've been through this region many times.
It's hyperbole. 100 times may be hyperbole, but it doesn't change the fact that Will, the greatest of all them all, the catcher of all Pokemon,
That's what they call me.
in Abnett, that whole thing, is going back to Kanto. He's already back.
I'm back. I got 4 badges. It feels good. Where am I right now? I'm in Saffron City, I believe. So I just took out Erica. Yeah.
Just took out Erica on a date?
Yeah. No, not on a date. I took her out back, showed her what was
Whoa.
No, I bought her a ticket to the gun show, Keith.
Yeah,
That's what
took her
I did.
to the Pokemon Gun Show.
Yeah.
Anyway, this show, if you this is now the time we'll plug a first show we did, which was Blue to Black.
Blue to Black.
Blue to Black, because we had another one that... Anyway. Our first series, really, that Will and I did together on Take Me to Games, the origin of all this, is Pokemon Blue to Black, where he got me a DS, and I played through Pokemon... which one did I play?
In the title, Keith, Black.
Black. Okay, yeah. I know that. I'm so sorry. It was a long time ago. But I played Pokemon Black, and because I'd played a lot of Pokemon back in the day, played Pokemon Blue, beat it, and we went through, and Will interviewed me about my experience in Pokemon Black, and it was a good time. You should go watch it. There's several episodes. There will not be that many episodes of this video, this series, because Will is
I'm rushing through it.
taking big old bites out of Pokemon
big old
Let's
bites
Go.
out of it.
Pikachu, am I right?
Yep, let's go Pikachu.
So I'm going to be, it'll be less of an interview and really just, I would say, guided excitement from Will.
Okay.
I'm just going to let
Less of a beat-by-beat kind of thing.
Yeah, and I just want to, I want to know how you feel about it as a Pokemon Kanto, a Pokemon original, just original champion of
Original
the series.
champion. I like it.
The very best.
The very best.
We want the people want to know. I certainly want to know, as someone who didn't stick around with Pokemon, from someone who did, someone who is a mega fan, did it turn out well? Did it turn out right? So my first question is your first impressions of the game. Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu. You unbox it. Tell me about the experience. Tell me
Didn't
about the
unbox
emotions.
it. I'm an all digital man.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
But
you're
I
right.
was sitting there, Keith, from about 11 p.m. until 12 a.m. I was sitting there twiddling my thumbs, waiting for it to be available. Played it as soon as midnight happened, and I stayed up probably till about 4:30 that night.
Wow.
Probably I got through Mount Moon on the first night, and I will just say that I was having the time of my life, but it was exactly what I expected it to be.
Right.
When I heard the music, one of the big things I was excited about was I wonder how the music's going to sound, because I knew, like, back on the Game Boy games, obviously we're using Game Boy sound effects, we're using beeps and bops.
Yeah.
This game, the music sounds exactly like I remember it. If you had told me that it was just the Game Boy version, honestly, like, I mean, if I put in headphones and really listened to, like, the finer details of it, I'd be like, yeah, it sounds a little bit different, but it sounds exactly like I remember it.
Okay.
I'm humming all these songs all the way through. None of it, like, it's like I have not skipped a beat.
Wonderful.
It looks nothing. I mean, it looks like the old game because, it's all based on the same geography and everything, but it looks like I imagined it as a child all along. So
Tell me, this is just kind of a mechanical thing that I've never partaken in with the whole midnight release. But digital, it becomes available. Like when the clock struck midnight, whenever it went from 11, whenever it said 12:00, you could click the button. The game was ready.
pretty much, it was about 12:04 maybe. It was starting to worry me a little bit, Keith, because I was like, did I wait till midnight?
So were you like clicking the button until?
Yes. Yeah, you click it and it's like we got to check online to see if your game's available to be played yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And then. It was me, my friend Will Dunn, and then I was talking to Kevin, of course, over text.
Right.
We were sharing our mutual excitement, and Kevin was the last one to get to play it. His didn't let him play till like 12:07, and Kevin was starting to get antsy.
Oh, no.
He's like, oh no, it better let me play. It said midnight. But yeah, and then I hopped into it, Keith, and in this game you actually don't. This is the only Pokemon game I can remember where you don't choose your starter. Because, I mean, you can buy Pokemon Blue, but it's got Blastoise on the cover, but you can pick Bulbasaur if you want.
Of course.
In this game, depending on which version you have, that is the starter you get. It does not say, do you want a Pikachu, you want an Eevee? It says, you pick, let's go Pikachu, so you're getting a Pikachu, dang it.
Right.
Yeah, so I got me a Pikachu. I named him Phenom.
Venom?
Phenom, which is...
Spell that.
It's like the first half of the word phenomenon.
Aha.
Because
Okay.
I've heard that lightning is I'm not a big scientific person, Keith. I don't know exactly what this means, but they call lightning a natural phenomenon. And when you use the phenomenon in that way, it doesn't mean like phenomenal, like that's extraordinary. It means like it is a natural phenomenon, which is like it's a natural occurrence that has no real solid scientific explanation.
Sure.
It's like a bunch of factors play into it. We don't even know exactly why it happens this way, but it does. So lightning is a natural phenomenon. Name of Pikachu, Venom. Sounds like Venom, but it's Venom.
Cool.
Yeah, he's pretty cool.
I like that.
And I've been catching them all as I've been going through any Pokemon I see. That's one thing that's really cool about this game is I've kind of wanted this for a while, which is no random encounters. You're walking through the overworld, you see the Pokemon wandering around. You see a Beedrill, you're like, I'm going to go counter that Beedrill and fight him. Yeah, it is cool.
I like that.
So I've caught them all up until this point that I've seen. The only one that I can think that I missed is I did not catch an Onix. And I know that there was one in Mount Moon, but I just couldn't find him. Could not find him.
Tell me, when it comes to the overworld, tell me, okay, so I'm walking through tall grass. How populated is the tall grass with Pokemon that I can see?
If your entire screen is if you're just in a big old patch of grass, you'd probably see about 4 guys walking around.
Okay, 4 guys.
You can successfully maneuver through them. If you don't want to encounter anyone, you can just weave duck and weave through everybody. Yeah.
Another question about that. Tell me, so say there's a Beedrill, there's a Beedrill in the tall grass. Is he how long does it take? Does he cycle through and there's another Pokemon
cycles through
appears?
and then he'll disappear and another one will pop up.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm not sure how long it is, but yeah.
That's just how it works. And that's how
and I think there's something where if you do a catching chain, like if I keep catching Caterpies over and over, every time that battle ends, there will be more Pokemon like on the screen. And if I have a catch combo going, it's more likely to spawn rare Pokemon.
A catch combo?
Yeah. So like if I catch a bunch of Caterpies in a row, I'll be more likely to find like the next level up of the Caterpie.
Oh, okay. So
I'll be more likely to find a Metapod after I catch a bunch of Caterpies in a row. That might be a Pokemon Go thing. I'm really not sure. I haven't played a lot of Pokemon Go, so I can't really tell how much of this game is actually a pretty faithful rendition of Pokemon Go as an actual RPG.
Sure.
But I mean, there's candy in it. There's berries in it.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was a thing in Pokemon Go where apparently if you give them berries, it makes them easier to catch them.
Yep.
If you give it to, there's a certain berry that if you give it to a Pokemon that's really rowdy, he'll slow down. Like a Beedrill, if you're trying to catch him, he's flying all over the screen. There's a berry you can give him that'll make him chill out and just sit there. So, yeah. It's pretty cool, and there's a lot more depth to the catching minigame than I thought there was going to be.
Okay, yeah. Tell me, that was my next question. How do you feel about the fact that it used to be you had to battle these Pokemon the same way you battle a trainer, but now you're catching them with the Pokeball Plus, which you do have. Bring it up. It's a beautiful thing.
$50.
$50.
Not worth it. Don't buy it, folks. Don't buy it.
Don't do it. If you're light will, you want to treat yourself. But if you think,
just know you're kind of wasting your money.
Yeah, it's not necessary, I don't think.
Yeah.
But how's that transition? How does that make you feel?
Pretty seamless.
Okay.
Pretty seamless. I imagine if I was one of those people that was butthurt about it, it wouldn't have been as seamless as it was for me.
To hate it.
Yeah, be ready to hate it. But I was ready to love it and pretty much loved it. There's a thing with the timing where I don't know if this was on Pokemon Go too, where like there's a circle around them and it shrinks, and if you time it right to where you throw it right whenever it's really small, you get a better chance. So yeah. It's fun.
Okay. And so the depth, you mentioned there's more depth than you thought. What is
the berries? Berries, you candy. You get candy from if you catch a bunch of Pokemon. Like if I catch a bunch of Caterpies in a row, I'll get Caterpie candy, which I can give to my Caterpie, which will raise all of his stats by 1 point. So there's just a bunch of little things like that are thrown in there too.
Okay.
And it's effectively like I was kind of worried about what if my Pokemon are going to be underleveled because I'm not battling wild Pokemon. But every Pokemon you catch, even if it's one you've already caught, it gives you a bunch of XP.
Okay.
So all your Pokemon get XP just from catching them. So you can still grind. It's just not the way it always was.
Different.
Yeah.
Riddle me this. Evolutions. Have you experienced an evolution yet? Are your in Pokemon Go, the evolutions are you feed your Pokemon candy. You feed them, like if I have a Caterpie and I want it to be a Metapod, it's going to take 12 Caterpie candy. I get
none of that.
None of that.
None
so
of that nonsense.
It's XP.
Yep, and it's leveling up.
I was worried about that.
Yep, your Caterpie gets to level 7, he's evolving.
Wonderful.
You don't have to give him candy, you don't have to do any none of that nonsense.
Wonderful.
It feels like a Pokemon game.
And now, does the candy go into evolution at all?
I don't think so.
Well, wonderful.
I don't think so.
I'm pleased with that.
I really think the candy only has to do with like their stats, and maybe it'll have something to do with like EV training or something. We don't have to go into all that, but there's a thing where you can, in the traditional Pokemon games, you can like focus on a specific stat. Be like, I want to buff up my Geodude's defense. Like, I really want to work on defense. You make him fight a bunch of Pokemon that have a really high defense stat, and he would gain it from that. I don't think that's in this game. I think the candies will probably be
sure.
That's how you would like doctor a specific stat.
Okay, well, let's move on to the experience. You're jumping in, playing the game. Your first Pokemon battle. What it's all about in a Pokemon game. That's probably the most fun portion, I would imagine, winning those battles.
Yeah.
Your first Pokemon battle in Pokemon Let's Go. How did you feel? What were the emotions? Were you excited? Did you enjoy it? Are you having a good time with it?
It felt exactly like I thought it was going to feel, pretty much. I was not blown. None of this, Keith, like, the thing is, I'm tempted to give this game my game of the year just because I'm having so much fun with it.
Sure.
But on no level is it blowing me away. None of it's blowing me away. It's not God of War. It's not Spider-Man. It is a very specific thing that Will and Abnett likes. And it's presented to me in a very specific way that Will and Abnett likes.
Like you said, it's a celebration of something you
Celebration of something I love. There we go. Yeah. We need to put that on a t-shirt or something.
Yeah, that is.
But that's pretty much what it is. And there's like, I mean, going through the game, I'm hitting all the beats that I'm expecting to. Like I get my SSA ticket. You remember that where you go on the big boat? And you're going through it exactly how you would think it would. But there's these little moments that it'll throw in there that were not in the original. Because, you know, it wasn't as... It's a lot like a video game based on the anime, sort of. Because you run into Team Rocket, you run into Jesse and James. It's actually Jesse and James.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. And just little stuff that Pikachu will do. Like, we were on the boat, and we were up on the front of it, and he just runs up. It's like Pikachu wants to go over to the, what do you call it? The board?
Yeah, the lookout?
The lookout,
the
whatever
stern, right?
Yeah.
That's the front.
That thing. It's like Pikachu wants to go up to that. So I took him up there, and Pikachu stands up on the bow, and I'm king of the world's it.
Okay.
He just stands there and goes, Pika! There's just like little cute moments like that throughout it. And like, there's a thing that you can do. You can do this in some of the past Pokemon games for a few generations now, where you can check in with your Pokemon and just start petting them, just start feeding them stuff. But depending on where I am in the overworld, Pikachu will react differently. Like I opened him up, I was going to check on him while we were in the Pokemon Tower, and he was like all scared looking.
Okay.
He's like curled up and go, Pika. It's like, it's just cute. It's cute. It's like, it's putting me in the mindset of like whenever I was a 7-year-old playing through Pokemon Red and Blue, I probably was like, ooh, I wonder how Pikachu feels about this. He's probably a little bit scared.
Sure.
And I can check in on it and be like, oh, he is actually kind of scared.
Yeah, I think that's important kind of because he's your companion. Pikachu in this game is more than just a member of your party. Because even if he's not in your party, he's following you around, right?
He's on your shoulder all the time.
Yeah. So I think I would hope, and I'm assuming that goes a long way to make it feel like he actually is your companion and not just another Pokemon. Like,
yeah, he doesn't just feel like another Pokemon.
Wonderful.
And you can have another Pokemon that gets close to you in the same way, because Pikachu will always be on your shoulder, but you can choose one of your 6 guys to follow you around, and depending on how big they are, you'll ride them. I don't have an Arcanine yet, but I do have a Machamp, and if I set him to be out of his Pokeball, Machamp carries me around on his shoulders.
Oh, that's really cool.
And he's got Pikachu in his hand. Like, he's got Pikachu right here, and he's got me on his shoulder. It's so cute.
I didn't realize they were that big.
Yeah, Machamps are pretty big, apparently.
Okay. Well, cool.
Yeah. Let me see. I got some notes.
Yeah, tell me
about
about your
We're not
notes.
going through exactly this beat by beat, but there are a few little things that I noticed.
I'm interested in the ways that it's changed, and I'm interested in just your opinion and your journey
emotions.
through it. Yeah.
If you're looking for a lot of changes, Keith, not a lot of them. Sure. Like I said, the thing about, I told you about how there's no abilities in this game.
Yes.
Like, you know how in Pokemon Sun you send out your Growlithe, he intimidates them and lowers their attack stat. I thought that if anything, it was going to bother me a little bit negative, like it was going to negatively affect my opinion of the game that there's no abilities. If anything, it's kind of made me like it more because for a thing that I had to worry about for a long time is Geodudes and his family have an ability called Sturdy, which is where if he's got full HP and you hit him with a move that would take him out in one hit, he's going to hang on with 1 HP. So if I'm like, ooh, I'm about to use Surf on this Geodude, he's going to die in 1 hit. Nope, he's got Sturdy, so I got to hit him twice. No Sturdy in this game, Keith. So just take those Razor Leafs like a champ, buddy.
A Geo massacre.
Lay down. Yeah. One of these things I have written down is one of the first trainers I encountered was, she said, it was a young girl. She sees my Pikachu on my shoulder, and she says, "Do you have a big Pikachu?" Come again? What?
Well, okay.
He's right on my shoulder. I mean, was that like a joke? Are they trying to make like a sex joke or something? Like, what? Do you have a big Pikachu? Like, what does that mean?
You know what they say about people with big Pikachu?
Yeah, like I didn't. That kind of took me back. I didn't really know what was going on there. Whenever I was leaving,
because the Pokemons have size stats now, right? In Let's Go?
Yeah, there's some that are bigger and some that are smaller.
Maybe that's why she's asking.
Maybe, maybe.
But you're right. She can look at it.
Yeah, that's true. It's like, look at my Pikachu. I got him on my shoulder. But one of the things a lot of things that are just like putting me in this world in a way that, like, I keep saying that it's what I imagined the games were as a little kid playing through the Game Boy games. It just puts you in the world. Like, I was walking out of Pewter City, which is Brock's gym town, and I was about to go up Mount Moon, and I talked to a hiker. And he says, the reason Pewter City stays so cold is because we're at the base of a mountain. And that just contextualized it for me. It was like, I've never thought about how, like, oh yeah, it's this tiny little town at the base of a mountain. Like, I've never just been putting it in that way. I was like, and like walking through Peter City, I was like, man, it's a little bit chilly.
And
in
now
here.
you can see it.
Yeah, I can feel it.
Yeah.
I'm like, just saying that Peter City's a little chilly. Like, now it puts me in that world in a way that I've never experienced before.
Also with color, I'm sure there's some color things going on that would give you the cue that it is chilly.
Yeah.
Just because maybe, I don't know what color it is on the Game Boy, but even if it was blue, maybe you wouldn't assume I'm in a cold place.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I'm glad that is being revealed to you, and your childhood imagination is being vindicated for how it imagined things.
I love it, Keith. I love it. I wish I had written down, because one thing that we did in Blue to Black is that you would catalog every Pokemon that you caught.
Yeah.
Pretty much any Kanto Pokemon that you think I would have encountered up to this point, I got
got
them. I got them. They're in my bag. But I can run you through my team that
Please
I've got
do.
right
I was
now.
about to ask you. Run me through your team. As we probably wrap up this episode.
I guess, yeah. I don't really... Yeah, like I said, Keith, we can't exactly go beat by beat like we do with Blue to Black.
Yeah.
Just because
I can't tell you what I thought. You can't tell me what you thought of the gym leader whenever you made your...
One thing I will say, though, about gym leaders. I was a little bit worried in this game because in Red and Blue and in Yellow, depending on if you were in Red or Blue or if you were playing Yellow, the gym leaders would have slightly different teams.
Okay.
And the teams were a little bit more boring in Yellow. Like, Lieutenant Surge only had a Raichu. A few people only had one Pokemon. But it seems like in this game, their teams are more based on their Red and Blue teams.
Okay.
Which is one little moment, like one little thing. If you had said, Will, what's one little thing that you hope that they do a certain way? It doesn't really matter one way or another. What's one little thing you hope they would do with Let's Go? I'm like, I hope their teams are a little bit more like Red and Blue than Yellow.
Okay.
And they did it for me.
They
did
made
it
this
for
game
me.
for you.
They kind of did. They kind of did.
I don't know who's the Pokemon maker, because I probably should know that as a game.
Junichi Masuda. He's the acting director since Ruby and Sapphire, I think. He's been making them all.
Well, we know that he's been listening in NSA style to your bedroom and during your
he listens to me while I talk in my dream while I'm dreaming. I'm like, I hope the gym leaders are more based on Red and Blue than they're based on Yellow.
What an odd thing to say in your sleep, young man.
All right, let's see what my guys here. We got Madam Muscle.
Madam Muscle.
My Lady Machamp.
A Lady Machamp with no shirt on. Cool.
Nope. We got, this is going to be replaced by Starmie whenever I get him, but since I don't have anybody to really take care of them rock boys right now, I got to bring a grass Pokemon. We got Roots. She is a Vileplume.
Vileplume.
We got Fright. It's spelled F-R-Y-T-E. It's my Gengar.
Gengar. I love the Gengar.
Gengar is B.A.
The Gengar.
He might be my favorite Kanto Pokemon, honestly. Either him or Clefable. Yeah. You know, there's actually a theory, Keith, that Clefable, or the... See Clefable? See his shape right there? There's a theory that Gengar is actually the shadow of Clefable.
Huh.
Can't you see it, kind of?
Yeah, I can. Is he a dead Clefable?
Maybe, yeah. I hope so. Then we got Bite. We got my Growlithe.
Growlithe? I love Growlithe.
Me too.
How does he sound again?
Something like that. But once he learns, I think, Flare Blitz at like level 38, then he will not... Because the thing is with Pokemon that evolve by stones... If you give them the stone, they won't learn any more moves naturally.
Yeah.
So it's like you want to get all the good moves out of him before you evolve him.
Right.
So he's still a little Growlithe boy. My Clefairy, he is not evolved because I could not find a Moonstone. And I don't have Fly yet, so I can't go back to Mount Moon yet to get it. But yeah. Oh, I forgot to tell you these guys' names, Keith. I told you Madam Muscle.
Madam Muscle, Roots, Fright was your Gengar.
Bite is the Growlithe.
B-Y-T-E.
B-Y-T-E. So Fright and Bite, they're buddies.
He's also completely digital, so that's cool.
Yeah. We got, this is a little racy, Keith. This is a little bit of a racy nickname.
Explain it.
I named my Clefairy, he's a boy, so I named him Twink. I know that could be considered like a derogatory term, but it comes from love. A twink is like an effeminate man, Keith, a very effeminate, boyish, good-looking man.
Yeah.
And that's what a Clefairy is. He's like a little lady boy kind of.
Okay. And that's
not that all twinks are lady boys. You know what I mean, guys. You know what I mean.
He's not trying to be offensive, is what we're trying to say. No matter how you take it, he's not trying to make
You guys want me to hate gay people really bad, but I don't.
He doesn't.
I love them.
He doesn't. You remember from the Kevin game taught they're married.
Yeah, me and Kevin are probably married, maybe.
Yeah.
So we were definitely in the closet when we were 8 years old. So that's wrong. Once again, we're alienating the audience.
That's true. That's lore.
Lore. And then we got Phenom.
Phenom.
Thinking about dropping that M and just calling him Pheno.
Pheno. Can you
Pheno
change
or
it?
Phenom. Yeah, you can. And you don't actually even have to go to normally in Pokemon games, you have to go to this one guy named the Name Raider. But in this one, you can just do it from the menu. You just name him. Just go, I'll rename you. Which makes a lot more sense. Like, why do I have to go to one guy and say, hey, how do you feel about this name? Yeah, it's cool. Okay, cool. Now that's your name. But, yeah. So,
well, there's a lot of holes we can poke in the Pokemon reality, but I don't think we should because we'd be here all day.
Yeah.
But I think that's a good first episode. Yeah, we can't really go beat by beat and talk about your battles and your gym leaders because you're playing through something.
It's Kanto.
You're getting a new look. Someone else has painted a beautiful tapestry of the memories you have of this old game. Mm-hmm. And we're very happy that you have it. We're very happy that you're happy. Is there any last minute things you want to say before we shut this video down and we come back next time with another episode of Let's Go to Kanto?
I'm thinking that just a little bit programming for the folks at home before we leave. I'm thinking this will be episode 1, obviously. I'm thinking episode 2 will probably entail up to the 8th gym.
Sure.
And then we'll maybe do a final episode of just talking about the champion battles, my thoughts as a whole once I get all the way through the game. Because, worst case scenario, this could start to wear on me a little bit. It could start to feel like I'm going through the motions. Mm-hmm. But right now, I'm having the time of my life going through the motions. So we'll just check back with me in a few weeks.
My prayer is that it doesn't stop.
I hope it never stops, Keith. I hope they make a Let's Go about gold and silver next, honestly. Apparently this game's on track to sell really well based on the first days of sales. So,
I would have to imagine.
Yeah.
Because I think you have so many people like, I'm loving to love it and I'm buying it, but I'm loving to hate it and I got to see why I hate it. And so people like...
Yeah.
And the Pokemon Company and whoever else are just rubbing
their hands together. $1, baby.
$1 a dollar.
Give me them hate dollars.
$8. Can we make that into a t-shirt? Give me them hate dollars.
Give me them hate dollars.
All right. Thank you so much for watching. Let's Go to Kanto, parentheses, for the 100th time. We hope that you've enjoyed it. We hope that you, maybe if you're playing along with Let's Go, comment your team below, Kevin.
Let us know what your teams
if you're
are.
out there, we know you need to comment your team, your crew down there in the comment section. But if you're not, Kevin, if you're another viewer that's into our junk, comment, man. Well, that's not what I'm talking about, but I heard it when I said it. In the meantime, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Check out some of the other stuff we have on the channel. We got all kinds of stuff going on Tank Media Games. Not only do we talk about games, we play games. Play games with my brother daily. We play Dungeons and Dragons once a week. Yeah, shout outs to Bryce and his epic beard. But anyway, watch some more stuff. Explore the channel. But we will see you in the next episode. We love you very much.